Ay, ay, ay.
Vanessa, get off my back. Vanessa, get off my back.
Let's be honest with each other. Let's be honest with each other. Women are using us for our money, right? Women are using us for our money, right? We can't be in denial like we're going overseas and women think we're handsome and they want to be with us for that simple fact that they find us attractive. Women are using us for our money. Are some of these women picky and they have standards? Yes, right? And they do. But money is the foundation to every relationship, right? Every country that I've been in, right? Every country that I've traveled to, every country that I've found someone and I was dating, these women wanted to have some sort of financial benefit to dating you. These women are not dating you so they can struggle. You, as a man, a passport bro, whatever terminology you like to use, in some way, shape, fashion, or form, directly or indirectly, are being used for your money. So here's my take. Here's my take. This is just me, but here's my take, and here's how I look at relationships now. The next woman that I am with in a relationship, she has to be physically appealing. She has to be physically attractive. She probably has to have a BBL or a big rear end, right? There are women in Africa and some of these other Latin American countries that are naturally voluptuous, but she has to have a enormous, ginormous, huge, gigantic, big, large rear end. She has to have a huge set of, and this is just my new standard, right? And I was thinking about this earlier, my ex-wife, you know, I've said this 1,000 times. Like, I stalk her social media, man. I went to her Instagram the other day, man. I'm like, man, she is still so beautiful. She is like over 10 years later, she is still so beautiful. Has she got some work done? Yeah, for sure. But she is still, my ex-wife makes every woman that I dated after her put to shame, right? Put to shame. But if we are going to be used for money, we must not veer to the left or the right of our standards, of our qualifications, of what we prefer. You know what hurts me the most is when I see these passport bros overseas and they're with a woman that's 200 pounds. They're with a woman that don't look like she's been to the gym in 16 years. They're with women that aren't physically attractive. And in my mind, I think one thing. In my mind, I think one thing. And that thing is, you could have found that obese woman. Hey, how you doing? I need a favor. I need a favor. I know I'm sitting here hanging backwards like 50 Cent at the Super Bowl, but I need a favor. I'm not asking for money, donations, clicking the link, nothing like that. Do me one favor. Can you do that for me? It's free. I swear. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. You hit it. You hit it. Yeah, appreciate it. Good looking out. Appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate you. In the States, you left your home country to find some 210-pound woman to marry. Oh, she's submissive, but she's not that attractive. You probably listen. If there's a line between being submissive to the left and being physically attractive to the right, we gonna have to be closer to the right than the left because I have to look at that for the rest of my life. You know, and if I when I look at pictures of my ex-girlfriend, right, I'm like, man, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? What I'm saying to you, men, bros, travelers, men that prefer women that are submissive overseas, even though I don't think that that's no longer a thing anymore because these women are westernized. These women want something, they want to benefit. This isn't the old days where you say, I have a blue passport and they're all over you trying to get to America. This isn't the old days where you being from America get you all the women in the world. This isn't the old days where they didn't care about your money. These women care. These women want to be with the man that's going to take care of them. This methodology, this rumor, this talk about women being submissive overseas, I'm not even sure that's true anymore. Are there some women that are more submissive? Yes. But I watch this guy on TikTok and he has this Thai girlfriend, and he asks her to do stuff on TikTok, and she does it. Anything he asks her to do, she does. And there's a thin line between being submissive and slavery, human trafficking, right? A maid. And a lot of the videos that he posts, I just watched one yesterday, and I'm like, man, like that's like what a maid would do. That's like what a slave would do. And a lot of men don't want a submissive woman. Respectfully, a lot of men like this guy wants a woman that they can control. A man, some of these men want a woman that they can control, and they call it that she's submissive. Go do this. Oh yeah, yeah, she's submissive. No, no, I don't think that defines submissive. If a woman does everything that you ask her to do this, do that, change this, fix this, move this, take this, I don't think that's submissive. I think a lot of you men have some complex of superiority where you want to be in control and you call that submissive. Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. I don't want a woman to do everything that I say do. If I say change your clothes, or change your shoes, or move this, or move that, I want to have some type of dialogue. I want to have some type of conversations, right? I used to, in my younger days, I used to try to uh advise a woman, hey, maybe you shouldn't wear that. But my last ex, right? I know she had low self-esteem and she used her body to try to get attention to make up for her face, right? And I've explained this to two women uh that you will get attention if you have your boobies out, and that's what my last ex loved to have is her boobies out. And I'm not sure why. She went and got these, and I'm getting off topic for a second, but I didn't even know she had fake boobies, and I've said this in another video, and she probably figured out after a while. But when she said, "Hey, I had surgery, you ain't know," and I'm like, "No, I ain't know you had fake." You know what I'm saying? I ain't know you went and had cosmetic surgery, like, cause her boobies look like regular boobies, like regular 40-year-old boobies. Like she wasn't 40, but her boobies look like regular 40-year-old, like boobies you think you see on a 42-year-old woman. Like it was nothing nice about her boobies, right? So when she said, "Oh, I went and had this done in this country," and I'm like, I'm shocked. Like, what? Really? Wow, I just thought you had like regular old lady boobies. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. But I've told a woman before, I said, "Hey, if you have your boobies out, right, you're gonna get attention." And I've said this story before, right? I was with this young lady, man, and I was in Kentucky, and she had a key to my place, right? And she used to come over, and she had came over one time, and was like, "Hey, this guy was staring at my boobies," right? And her boobies are out to here, right? Her boobies is she had some good C's, right? Almost D's, might have been D's, might have been C and almost D, right? And she came over and she, "Oh, this guy was staring at my boobies," and she had like on a tank top, like I got on, and her boobies was out. And I told her this. I said, "Hey, you did it. You expected him not to, right? A lot of women are going out here looking for attention, and it's the wrong kind of attention." Man, I told Vanessa this, right? I said, "Hey, you're gonna go out here with your boobies out. Yes, you're gonna get attention. But when you go out to these clubs and these bars with your boobies out, these guys are not looking at you thinking, 'Man, she'd be a great girlfriend.' These guys aren't looking at you with your boobies out and thinking, 'Man, she'd be a great wife, a great partner. Man, I could see myself with her for the rest of my life.' When these guys go out to these clubs, these bars, these nightlife establishments and see with your boobies out, they're thinking about one thing, and that's ground and pound." I told her this. Right? I said, when you go out with your boobies out, you're gonna get the wrong kind of attention. I've never looked at a woman with her boobies out and be like, "Man, whoo, she got potential. Like I want to get to know her." No, I want to get to know her in my bedroom, on my couch, on top of the sink in the bathroom. That's where I want to get to know her. When I see a woman dressed up and classy in her business type attire, business casual type of time, I'm like, man, she got potential. I like her. Like, these are the kind of women that I see that have potential. But if we as passport bros are being lured into these actual fantasies. I said actual. I didn't say the as actual fantasies. We as passport bros are going overseas and indulging in tourism, and we'll call it passport broing. We're calling ourselves passport bros. Listen, if you're going overseas and your main purpose is to pay for companionship, that is not the foundation to what the passport movement is about, right? Do I believe that you're going to pay directly or indirectly? Yes. If I took a woman to dinner a couple weeks ago, and it was like $60. After I spent that 60 some dollars with tips, I'm not expecting her to go back to her place and I go back to my place and we send each other good night text on WhatsApp later. You know what I'm saying? So I do understand man, I want something out of this, but if I am going to Soy Six in Thailand, if I am going to Sasua, my main goal is not to look for a relationship. And if you say that, you're a liar. People don't go to Sasua looking for the love of their life. People don't go to Soy Six and Patty looking for the love of their life. And if you go there for these activities, because I've been there, well, I actually know someone that lives in Sasua. She has a business there. I've known her over a decade, right? That's neither here nor there. But going overseas with the main point and purpose of paying for companionship is not, by definition, what a passport bro is. It's not something that should be publicized. Passport broing and paying should not be in the same sentence. And here, I don't have a problem with paying, right? And I used to be a habitual payer, right? I don't have a problem with paying, right? Sometimes it's easier. You pay for something, you never see them again. Like I said in another video, you don't gotta see them again. They don't gotta know your name. They don't gotta know your number. Depending on where you do it at, they don't have to know where you live. But when we're talking about relationships, there's just several places where you should not go, and I may talk about this in another video. But if you are a fairly attractive male, right? Pause, right? If you have a little something going for you, if you can provide, if you have a good job or ways of making, income, you should have standards, and you should not bulge, budge. You should have standards. Right, and I'm not. Let's be honest. I've seen guys overseas. They look like they was 295 pounds, right? 300 pounds. They obviously respectfully don't go to the gym. They don't carry themselves well, right? You're probably not going to get the woman that you think you deserve. And let's be honest, you're probably not going to get the woman that you think you deserve. You're not. That's not happening. You're not. Outside of some of these Asian countries where, let's be honest, they're being used for their money, right? Outside of Asia, because Asia don't, Asian woman marry a 100-year-old man in a wheelchair and a walker, they'll just do it. It's just based on the money. But outside of Asia, right? Men that do not carry themselves well. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, right? Everyone comes in different shapes and sizes. If you like the way you look, God bless you. Depending on how you look and how you carry yourself, depends on the kind of woman that you're going to attract. Men, pay attention. Depending on how you look and how you carry yourself, depends upon the type of woman that you're going to attract. Are all women going to want you for your money? Yes, but some women don't want to have a baby with you. Some women don't want to wake up and see your face every morning. Some women don't want to share a bed with you. Some women think you stink. Some women don't want to have an ugly baby with you. Some women don't want to be in pictures. Some women don't want to be in pictures with you because, you know, they don't want to be in family portrait pictures with you. And some women respectfully just don't care. And I said Asian. I've seen some stuff on social media of some women in Africa too that's using men for their money and being with men that, he looks 70, she looks 27. But depend on how you carry yourself, depends on the type of woman that you're going to attract. Because a woman respectfully wants to be attracted to you. And does money and stuff kind of hide and blur her vision over time? Yes. But carry yourself as a man of respect, right? Take care of yourself, right? Have confidence, right? But also have standards and boundaries. But don't put these standards and boundaries on women that you don't have on yourself. Don't be looking for a fit woman, right? A woman that got a thin waist and a huge rear end, and you look like you eat cheeseburgers for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? You want her to look good, right? And and your stomach way out here somewhere. I mean, let's be real. Some men, and I be going on people's pages. They be, oh, I want this. They 300 pounds. Like the woman that you want probably doesn't want you. Let's just be realistic of our expectations. Passport bros versus women, it goes both ways. These women want to be physically attracted to you just as you want to be physically attracted to them. But there must be standards and boundaries on both sides. And for me, I can't speak for no other man, but for me, the next woman that I date has to have a huge rear end. I don't care if she has a job, right? I don't care if she has a job, right? I don't care anymore. But that rear end must be huge. Her front, everything must be huge. And that waist must be small. And if it's not, we got to go to the doctor. We got to go to the doctor because if I'm paying, listen, whether she has a job or not, she wants you to provide for her. She wants you to take care of her. She wants you to pay bills. So she might as well not even have a job. Whether she has a job or not is irrelevant because she still wants you to pay some bills. But for me, the next woman that I date, one, she's gonna be light skinned. I only like light skins, honestly. Like I know African Queen got a pass because she had a huge rear end, right? Huge, right? But I really only date light skinned women. I really only am physically attracted to women that are lighter than me, and I'm just being honest. But passport bros have expectations of women because you're gonna be used for your money, but also have expectations for yourself.